The year 2025 presents a unique astrological dilemma. You have an unsteady Mars going back and forth until April. Saturn transit happens in end March. Guru does a double transit, with the first one happening in mid-May. Rahu-Kethu transit happens in end of May. And then Saturn turns retrograde from July until end of November. Guru's second transit will be from the mid of October until the 5th of December. No matter what Rashi you are, there is no use in looking at the transit of just one planet. You must try to get a grasp of the net effect of all the mentioned transit. My predictions will touch mainly on Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu.
Where are the main planets in relation to Mithunam? Saturn is in your 9th house Kumbha, Rahu is in your 10th house Meena, Guru has completed his retrograde motion in your 12th house by early February. Ketu is in your 4th house Kanya, Venus has joined Rahu since the 28th of January. Venus is exalted or very powerful in this position. A retrograde Mars is already in your Rashi. You are probably commencing 2025 in an irritable state. Guru in the 12th would have brought steady expenditure, then some reversal would have happened during his retrograde. Mars in the 2nd would have given you a surge in income, but also some discomfort in your neck and throat. Mars then turns retrograde, leaving you in low liquidity once again. Your unique love-hate relationship with Saturn continues. Many years ago, while he was transiting your 8th house Makara, he would have forced you to make a major course correction in your life. Then he entered the 9th house, which among other things would have urged you to seek the higher meaning in life, the higher meaning in relationship with your father, promotion through sheer hard work, blessing of the elders, and for some, new opportunities in higher education. Saturn, by now, would have imparted you so much wisdom that some of you can give valuable advice to others. Now Saturn is preparing to enter your 10th house Meena. This will happen on the 29th of March 2025. But when Saturn enters your 10th house, both Rahu and an exalted Venus will already be there. The combination will bring a sudden promotion and celebration at your place of work. Saturn's message is to now apply your knowledge and skills in your job. The promotion or change in responsibility will initially feel rewarding, but eventually you may feel burdened by it. You will feel it the most between May and July. From the 10th house, Saturn will cast his aspect on your 12th house, Rishabha, 4th house, Kanni, and the 7th house, Dhanush. Unnecessary expenditure will increase. He will put some strain on relationship at home. Home might even become a source of stress. Do not show too much authority or expect peace at home. Saturn wants you to concentrate on your job and career. Yes, there will be small repairs coming up for home and vehicles you own. Fix it or leave it. But if you want to fix something, fix it early. There will be some mitigation from Guru, but I shall touch on this later. As Saturn turns retrograde from mid-July, you'll be forced to take one last look at your skills and higher studies once again. Saturn retrograde will last until end of November. During this period, there can be delays and frustration at your workplace. You will struggle to implement ideas and policies. There can be opposition to your ideas. Support at the workplace can be a bit lacking overall. Let's get back to Guru. By mid-May, Guru is leaving your 12th house and entering your own Rashi, Mithuna. This is a mixed bag. Saturn's entry into your 10th house also affects your 7th house, Dhanush, but thankfully, Guru's transit will help counter Saturn's effect on the 7th house. This is going to neutralize Saturn's effect on the 7th to a large extent. So relationships are going to turn out fine. Some amount of tension will be there, especially between end March until mid-May. Navigate this period carefully. Guru will be a catalyst in reforming and expanding your thought process. You would be able to think big. You will be in this planning mode. Your ideas will concern your love, children, luck, partnership, higher studies, and attaining higher philosophies in life. Meanwhile, by the end of May, Rahu will also move into your 9th house Kumbha. Not only you will be visiting temples and punya sthalas, you will be seeking the blessing of gurus and people of higher authority. Though Rahu's 9th transit can affect your father's health, again, Guru's 9th aspect will neutralize the problems to some extent. If you can harness the power of both these planets, you can excel in research, international relations, electronics, and related fields. This is the time to pursue the higher recognition you've been aiming for. Don't stress about your job and workplace. After all, Saturn will demand structure, discipline, and hard work in your profession. You can live with that. At least by the end of May, Rahu will be leaving your 10th house. This will help create a more stable pattern at your place of work. If you can numb yourself to the hard work, you can find time to pursue your higher studies. Alright, we talked about Rahu. What about his good buddy Ketu? Ketu is headed to your 3rd house. All the mysterious troubles affecting your vehicle and home is now going to fade away. In the 3rd house, he will disrupt the relationship with your siblings. You will stop caring for your siblings in a good way. Some may walk out or leave you. If you're young, this is going to be hard. If you're middle-aged, you will take some time to come to terms. And if you're elderly, the separation can be permanent. You don't have to own everything you love. You don't have to love everything you own. The same applies to relationship with your siblings. You will be able to read their intentions. You may even laugh at the way your siblings are behaving. They will not understand you any better. Your communication will become more philosophical. You will also acquire ingenious ways of expressing yourself. Your communication may initially come across as amusing or confusing for some. It will take time for others to understand you, but those who understand will be awestruck with the meaning that you are trying to convey. You will be able to produce beautiful paintings. Poetry will flow with ease. Some of you may find enough courage to write a book or a thesis. Starting to write won't be easy. There will be initial delays and frustrations, but once you're able to connect with your inner self, your higher order thoughts will begin to flow like the river. The manuscript that you produce will be able to withstand the test of time. But Ketu in the 3rd will also give troubles in your arms and shoulders. Since Ketu will be entering Simha, which is ruled by the sun, take extra care of your heart and your father. Why am I touching so much on Ketu? Because while he's in your 4th house Virgo, he also receives Guru's 5th aspect. As Ketu leaves your 4th house, he will be no more under the influence of Guru. He does become quite powerful, but overall, a 3rd house transit for Ketu is generally beneficial. You will be making frequent short journeys to attain higher goals in life. It can be frequent visits to a temple, institution of higher learning, or a charitable organization. Short journeys for materialistic gains will be full of obstacles. So if you are in business, don't get too excited about making frequent trips. This will not bring you back a lot of profits or gains. But if you solely rely on business or you really want your little journey to be fruitful, try to feed or help four-legged animals, homeless people, or at least pray to Lord Ganesha before you start your journey. Back once more to Guru. A peculiar thing about Guru this year is his temporary transit into Karaka, your 2nd house. This will happen between mid-October till 5th of December. Guru or Jupiter is exalted in Karaka. This period will be very rewarding for you in terms of finances and job or promotion. People will suddenly recognize your work. Use the opportunity to clear pending work and balance your finances. However, do not rush into starting a new project or securing a new loan. Once you cross the 5th of December, the focus is now back on your career and personal development. Most of Saturn's lessons in the 10th house will be imparted to you from this point onwards. And finally, let's talk about your Rashi Lord Buddha or Mercury. Buddha is a fast-moving planet, taking on average 30 days to travel one sign. In 2025, Mercury or Buddha does a total of 3 retrograde journeys. First retrograde is from March 15 to April 7th. This will happen in your Karmasthana or 10th house Meena. This is a sensitive placement. You may misunderstand, misperceive or miscalculate the changes that you're going through at your workplace. The Saturn transit also happens during this retrograde period. The second retrograde for Buddha will be from July 18 to August 11th. This retrograde happens in your second house Karka. It coincides with the beginning of the Saturn retrograde. Caution is advised in matters involving speech and your finances. The third retrograde of Buddha happens between November 10th till November 29th. This event happens mainly in your 6th house and coincides with Guru's temporary transit into Karaka as well as Saturn's end of retrograde journey in your 10th house. Caution is advised in health matters and litigation around this time. Do not get easily provoked at around this time. Just let things pass. As I mentioned previously, once you cross the 5th of December, the focus is back on your career and personal development. Retrograde this, retrograde that. You may wonder what I'm trying to say. Well, imagine you are a businessman in your city. You are running a successful convenience shop and you have very serious things to do at work every day. Then one day, there is a special parade in your city. The street in front of your shop is blocked to traffic. Everything comes to a standstill. Your usual customers can't come. Your suppliers can't reach your shop. But crowd from the parade enter your shop in droves, finishing off your supply of ice cream, sweets and cool drinks. If you had feared the parade on that day, you would have closed your shop and lost that business. If you had kept your shop open, but stopped what you were doing because you were amused and distracted by all the drama, people can easily enter your shop and steal, leading to losses. So, you know the parade is coming, you anticipate it is not going to be business as usual, you ask your suppliers to come another day and instruct your shop assistants to keep a close eye on people who enter the shop. After the parade, not only you enjoy the extra profits you have made, you also get more business from your regular customers who can now freely return to your shop. That is the approach to retrograde. You anticipate, stay focused on your long-term goals, but make adjustments to the temporary change in pattern. It's all about change and how we as human beings resist change. We hate change. We hate retrogrades. In summary, for Mithuna, 2025 will be a year of highs and lows. Just imagine yourself sailing on a ship. There will be periods of calm weather and strong winds, but not so much of a thunderstorm. The theme here is how well do you cope with the changing environment, but keep on sailing. You must stay focused on long-term goals or your final destination. But in between, you will sail through some ports. Some ports have something to offer. Grab it, but do not forget your mission. Some ports will be a total waste of your time. Understand the lessons and move on. No matter how hard the journey gets, you will continue to pull in the support of your partner and your seniors. I always encourage everyone to also look ahead and see what's in store for you over the next few years. In June 2026, an exalted Guru will enter your second house, bringing wealth, happiness, and peace for your whole family. In 2028, Saturn will enter your 11th house, magnifying your luck and prosperity. Saturn's 10th transit for now is to help you improve your career so you are well positioned to enjoy the fruits of your labor over the next few years. Good luck.